My name is Chester Nolan, Corporal, United States Marine Corps. I am also the inventor of the innovative device ELFRAM. ELFRAM is an acronym for Electricity from Artificial Material. ELFRAM was designed for NASA to generate electricity on the Moon and Mars. The internal components of the innovative device ELFRAM mimic those of the International Space Station. There are solar cells, batteries, a charging mechanism, and a timing mechanism. In November of 2019, I had the opportunity to present the innovative device ELFRAM to NASA chief technologists here in Chicago on Wacker Drive. In order to participate in NASA's Ignite the Night program executive Kyra Blackwell stated that the technology had to have applications in space as well as here on Earth. At the conclusion of the pitch, I was invited by Ms. Riley to move forward to the next round, which was NASA's Innovative Advanced Concepts program. There, I would show NASA that the innovative device ELFRAM is a solution to dying batteries. Having received a high grade regarding commercialization, I shall now commercialize the technology. I have selected 20 appliances that shall be retrofitted with the innovative device ELFRAM. These 20 appliances, once retrofitted with the innovative device ELFRAM, it will render that appliance wireless. Wireless in the sense that there is no need to plug the appliance into the 1920s grid or the wall outlet. As you can view, the appliances have been divided into two groups, top tier and lower tier. During this presentation, we shall discuss electric car chargers. The Biden administration has called for 500,000 electric car chargers by the year 2030. That's approximately 10,000 chargers per state. Industry experts, along with myself, which have over 30 years of experience on the subject matter, state that this is almost impossible for 500,000 electric car chargers to be attached to the already overburdened 1920s grid. As you view the slide, you will see that there are 6 steps in the process of getting the electricity from the utility to the electric vehicle. With the electric car chargers, there's going to be 3 ways in which you can charge your EV. We have level 1, which is basically your wall outlet. It ranges up to 1.9 kilowatts, and it's going to take you about 8 hours to charge your car. Level 2 is a bit faster. It starts at 240 volts and goes up to 19.2 kilowatts. And the last one, DC fast charging, is up to 440 volts and it goes up to approximately 120 kilowatts. The problem starts at basically supply and demand. Most of our power plants presently cannot sustain an output required by these 10,000 chargers. Mr. President, that 1920s grid is older than you. Back then, there were no 65-inch televisions. There were no double wide refrigerators or 2400 watt microwaves. As previously stated, I have over 30 some years of research on the subject matter. So let's take a look at the 1990s. This is an article from the 1990s. Energy Secretary has said repeat was not likely. So when the word repeat is used, that means that there were previous occurrences, previous outages. Power outages felt in 10 states: Washington, Oregon, Idaho, California, Nevada, Utah, Arizona, Colorado, New Mexico, Texas. Now, those are some of the things that was going on with the 1920s grid in the 1990s. This is an article on the subject, and as you can see that there was a second Western blackout. Mr. President, this grid is older than you. In the 1920s, there were no 65-inch televisions. There were no double wide refrigerators or 2400 watt microwaves. So now let's jump to 2023. And here's a congressman from Texas grilling someone in reference to our power requirements for the near future.
Electricity does the United States demand each year?
I don't know that number off the top of my head.
Okay, it's 4 terawatts annually. So the Secretary of Energy didn't know it. The EPA doesn't know it. FERC probably doesn't know it. Who else doesn't know it in this country? We're mandating electric vehicles. What's the percentage increase in electricity demand if we get to the 2030 and 2035 mandates that your agency is pushing for and the administration is pushing for? What is the percentage increase that we will need?
0.4% in 2030 and 4% in 2050.
Okay, so the Secretary of Energy sat right there 2 weeks ago, and she said it's going to double our electricity demand, and you're giving me a much more accurate or at least specific answer. You guys have no idea how much demand is going to be there. Where is that electricity going to come from?
Well, first of all, we did analyze the demand that the implementation is proposing.
EPA analyzed it, or
yes, we did. We analyzed it as part of our.
Where is the electricity going to come from?
It come from at first grid.
It's 110 degrees in my hometown today. The wind is not blowing, the sun is shining, and after 4 hours of darkness, there will be no batteries on this planet that can produce a reliable source of baseload dispatchable power. We have no plan for this. How much electricity?
Mr. President, the congressman from Texas states that we are in trouble. But I am a U.S. Marine, and you, my commander-in-chief. Therefore, anytime you give an order, it must be obeyed. Death before dishonor. So let's take a look at what the Marine proposes. We must remember that the internal components of the innovative device ELFRAM mimic those of the International Space Station. So within the innovative device ELFRAM, there are solar cells, batteries, a charging mechanism, and a timing mechanism. So let's first look at ELFRAM, that solar batteries, the solar cells, the charging mechanism, and the timing mechanism has all been encapsulated into a 24-inch by 19-inch by 9-inch rectangular box. ELFRAM has only one step. As you see, the government is proposing 6 steps. ELFRAM also has the ability for AC, DC, electricity, 120 volt, as well as 220 volts. And again, there's but one step. Attach the innovative device ELFRAM to your electric vehicle. Now remember that the wall outlet is going to output approximately 1 kilowatt of electricity, and it's going to take you about 8 hours to charge your electric vehicle. As the caption states, this implement, when attached to the innovative device ELFRAM, will charge your electric vehicle in approximately 2 hours. Remember, the wall outlet was 1,000 watts. Well, this is 4,000 watts. Eight hours becomes 2 hours. This device is a 5,000 watt unit, and it will charge your EV in approximately 1 hour and 6 minutes. What's unique about this implement is that if you look to the right, you will see that you have the 220 volt outlet as well. Remember, that is for charging fast. So on this 5,000 unit, you have the 110 volts and you have the 220. And this unit is the 10,000 watt electric car charger, and it takes approximately 30 minutes to charge your electric vehicle. It too has the dual outlets, 110 and the 220. And Mr. President, this one being a 20,000 watt unit, and it can charge your electric vehicle in approximately 15 minutes. And in closing, Mr. President, you will have your 500,000 electric car chargers, and they will not be connected to the grid.